This is my speech on what I think society needs. How could I communicate to you the lack of communication there is in society today? If there was a clear answer to this, I probably wouldn't have to. Harold D. Laswell published an article titled "The Structure and Function of Communication in Society," where he said, "At the risk of calling up false analogies, we can gain perspective on human societies when we note the degree to which communication is a feature of life at every level." Which is exactly what I'm going to be discussing with you tonight. Communication on every level, from the obvious miscommunications in Washington, D.C., to your local hospitals and doctors' offices, even to your friends and family. Tonight I plan to show you just how important communication within a society is and how bad the miscommunications could turn out to be. Society could truly benefit from better communication. Washington, D.C. is the heart of political affairs and communication with international contacts. This is probably one of the most affected areas from dysfunctional communication. Republicans and Democrats for decades have failed to connect and share ideas effectively. We can have a better government and a better country if Washington can learn to communicate better. Communication in society exists in your local hospitals and doctors' offices. Lying is a bad form of communication. Honesty among doctors and patients should be more abundant. If your doctor asks you about your prescriptions and you lie, this could result in harm or death for you. Miscommunication in the medical field is very important. Or communication in the medical field is very important. Family and friends are also a huge part of communication in society. What would happen if families couldn't function normally because they didn't know how to communicate with each other? Simple events like dinner would become disastrous. You should teach your kids at a young age to communicate open and honestly. This could save them in the long run when they start to develop relationships. Kids at a young age can contribute to a better tomorrow for society by learning to communicate better. Communication is key in any society, from modern civilizations to ancient civilizations. Washington could really set a good example if they could learn to communicate better. Lying is a bad form of communication. This is why we should always communicate honestly. Open communication between family and friends, even in the work environment, can create a very healthy environment. This is why society could truly benefit from better communication. George Bernard Shaw once said, "The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has already taken place." This is so true.